usually got paid. Raymond Williams being a decisive editor, with Maurice Craig, and M.O. pasting up. We were convinced, too, that such creative activity was our best contribution to social progress. We felt part of the left mainstream continuing from the 30s, which in its satirical side was evading the censorship and delighting audiences in Unity Theatre. Their new pantomime, Jack the Giant Killer, the Baron's Golden Boys.
Our Labour leaders to the wars have gone. In the Whitehall shelters you will find them.
The Smart Set.
Our class's one foundation is what we're fighting for. We live by exploitation in peacetime and in war.
The Fairy Queen.
If we're all to be safe when the bombs start to fall, we might just as well not have air raids at all.
Theatre became increasingly important, ballet too. The Yos had made a home in Cambridge, and his prophetic ballet about war and politicians, The Green Table, still projected its bitter irony. The Anglo-Polish ballet looked in, and then the Rambert. Dancers like Sally Gilmore and Walter Gore became, much to their surprise, visiting celebrities and highly sought-after companions who fitted in readily to the other party beat. We in turn would make quick dashes to London to see the lunchtime ballet at the Arts and Ambassadors, a fleeting contact with living art and desirable girls. The excitement of dressing rooms, powder and makeup and scent, and forbidden glimpses of bare shoulders and satin and frills. But most of all, the ballets themselves, which I suppose reflected somehow the world into which our lives had developed, and at the same time gave it a reassuring formality. From Frank Staff's Czerniana to Anthony Tudor's Jardin aux Lilas. But it was all tempered with the realities of the continuing Blitz. London suffered its worst fire raid as the year ended, the city reduced in one night to a blazing ruin. Only 50 miles away, the other world continued. Thunder Rock arrived, with Alec Guinness in the original Michael Redgrave part, and Bernard Miles, whose social ideas mirrored ours, and with whom we struck an immediate chord. Thunder Rock was about an isolationist intellectual finally deciding to go out, typewriter on one arm and gun on the other, to do something about it all. That decision had rather been taken for us. Meanwhile, we were turning the other way, getting more deeply involved in our own lives and personal relationships. Anne Piper's diary is an almost hour-by-hour record, with only hints at the intense undercurrents of emotions.
Friday the 2nd. Worked till lunch, wrote 3 poems. To lunch with Raymond and Michael at Blue Barn, and then to Mamselle Marmère at Cosmo with Raymond. Enjoyed it, poor film. To tea with Maurice and Pat, also Raymond. We walked along Midsummer Common and sat by the river. Rather cold, but sunny, blue skies through branches. To Anthony's lecture in French on Ravel at 8:30 in King's Audit. His family were there too. To coffee at Raymond's, also Michael, Maurice and Pat. Brushed Michael's hair. Like him and Raymond very much. I was really in love with the whole enchanted world of men. I'd so lately come from an all-female boarding school. I felt like Miranda, and all these brave, new, lovely men I'd just discovered were all doomed to die. I wrote poems all the time, about love and death and chestnut flowers. Every moment mattered. In the mornings I worked hard for my exams in college, because Shakespeare and Chaucer and the metaphysical poets had pithy things to say about love and death too. And in the afternoons, I got on my bicycle and went down from Newnham to Trinity, where real life and love and excitement began. And there were parties and journals to write and to sell, and films to make and to see. And then hearts were broken between tea in O2 Great Court Trinity and supper in the Blue Barn, and then mended in the moonlight, walking back to college, pushing the green-spotted bicycle to be in by 11 o'clock, with rushed embraces, tangling with the handlebars outside the porter's lodge.
All these activities, personal relationships, grew, flowered, bloomed, and often died within a compressed few months. Within a week, one had fallen in love, exchanged notes, indulged in the heights of passion or fantasy, been in the heights of ecstasy or the depths of despair. A lifetime of experience and emotion. For in every day there were 24 hours and at least 24 changes of mood possible. And we were not acting, it was real.
The sun is shining where clouds have been. Maybe it's something to do with spring. I feel no older than 17.
How can one now recreate the currents of feelings, the hopes, the possibilities, the fears that made up the fabric of our lives? Even for us, whose experience it was. Yet the right few words, a half-formed image, a phrase of music, can still set vibrations going.
Maybe it's something to do with spring. The spring is here, dear, oh dear, dear, can't you see the simply agonizing sheen on every angry little tree? You must admit it's rather fun to think that every single thing that nature ever does is overdone. Still, there's something in the atmosphere, a sort of something, dear, that makes me happy here. The sun is shining where clouds have been. Maybe it's something to do with spring. I feel no older than 17. Maybe it's something to do with spring. A feeling I can't express, a sort of lilt in the air, a lyrical loveliness.
An awful realization was growing. These were now getting to be our last days in Cambridge. But at least came May Week, and the camera was taken out to record, not revolutionary marches now, but long-established rituals. May Week had no May balls, but the May races happened more or less as usual. I had never seen them before. This end of the river was virtually unknown to many of us, so the customs and the ceremonies came quite fresh.
Rowing! 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 Let's get a boat and go rowing, rowing, rowing all over the Cam. We don't really know where we're going, don't know and don't give a damn. In our little schooner, we could get there sooner. It's more fun here than at Leamington Spa. Trip the light, fantastic tow. Beside the river we shall go dancing with the daffodils. Daffodon, silly fiddle-dee-dee. May time's kissing time for you and me. La 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 la.
Another creative climax of the year, the ADC Review managed to continue the footlights tradition with producer Donald McWhinney.
Came round one day, he woke her up the easy way. Hey, hey, crime don't pay, so please don't.
Also there, somewhere, was Jimmy Edwards, endlessly trying to put his trombone together.
Don't you know that fairy tales come true?
The Leith twins, Patty and Philly, were wardrobe mistresses. Behind their giggles hid talents for which many a Cambridge enterprise was grateful. Winnie doing his harpesque bit.
And my kisses bring again seals of love.
Edward Williams in silk dressing gown, à la carte.
My kisses bring again seals of love, but sealed in vain. Take, oh, take those lips away that so sweetly were forsworn, and those eyes, the break of day, lights that do mislead the morn. And my kisses bring again seals of love, but sealed in vain. My kisses bring again seals of love, but sealed in vain.
On the night, critics came up from London. The Cambridge Review was sniffy, but it always was. It was now June 1941, and end of term was even closer.
The melodies that charmed us so at last are ended. The part is over now, the dawn is drawing very nigh. The candles darken, the starlight leaves the sky. It's time for little girls and boys to hurry home to bed. For there's a new day waiting just ahead. Life is sweet, but time is sweet beneath the magic of the moon. Passing time may seem sublime, but it is ended all too soon. The thrill has gone, to linger on would spoil it anyhow. Let's creep away from the day, for the party's over now.
All kinds of ends got tangled together, but Anne wrote a poem which helped.
Gentle, unstable, kind-hearted, skilled in the tricks of the trade, weeping for Troilus in Diomede's arms, who has not known her crusade? Leave those sad battlements, Troilus, fortune's a generous jade. She'll give you in place of the lady you've lost another and nicer crusade. Mourn for the passing of passion, flowers and sunsets that fade. There will always be someone to kiss away tears, as Diomede did for crusade.
We realized we had been living a privileged existence, which was now coming to an end. The end, not just of a 3 years, but the end of a whole period. Throughout the world, the end of the last great movement of idealistic left-wing politics. And in Cambridge, the end of a way of life, which it seemed inconceivable would ever return. The fleeting moment when everything was spring was already becoming a memory. The future was quite impenetrable. Only the shortening summer had any reality. I could not bear to leave. I stayed on and on in my rooms for the whole of June. On the 22nd, Hitler attacked Russia. Overnight, Britain and the Soviet Union became allies. The left became respectable again. But somehow for me, that particular magic had gone.